Hey guys, welcome back. So I actually did do what I said I was going to do. I did order the iPhone 12 Pro Max. That still coming to the mail. So this is still from my iPhone 8. Video quality's still fine. You can see what's going on. The one that I want to talk about though that I see and and I just want to explain. I really hope that no one falls for this or people understand why it's not worth as much. I want to talk about the population reports in terms of cards and grades. Now, I don't know if there's any official population reports for just a number of cards. I'm certain that's a thing too. But in terms of like when something's graded, I know the PSA does it. I think the BGS does it. I think almost all the graders do it. They keep track, and in their system, that card, that population, the serial number of the card, and for example, like there's like 10 PSA 10 first edition Shadowless Charizards, and there's like 20 PSA 8 first edition Charizards. So we're going to use these code cards as an example real quick. So we've got 4 code cards, and it doesn't really matter. We're just going to say they're code cards, right? And the only reason why I'm talking about this is you'll see people who will have like a card that's PSA 1, and they'll be like, oh, it's a low pop report, it's a low population, it's worth a lot, it's a PSA 1. But there's only like 2 of these in existence at PSA 1. Yeah, there's like 100 of them at PSA 10, but there's only 2 at PSA 1. So this is a lower population. So this one here is worth more because there's less of them. No. So let me explain. So a low pop report only works for PSA 10s and also 9s if there is no 10, which there is some cards that there may not be a 10. For example, the Illustrator card, there's only 39 cards, and it's not even known if all of them got graded. Some of them have already been destroyed and lost, and so right now I believe the highest grade known for the Illustrator card is a PSA 9. So these are just going to be our PSA numbers, and we're not going to do halves. We're just going to do the 1 through 10, and you'll see why. Alright, so this is your PSA scales 1 through 10, and I'll do the pop side. So for example, if there is 9 of the PSA 10s, like the population, and there's if there's 9 PSA 10s, then that means there's technically 9 of each category below it. And if you're wondering, no, there's just 9 PSA 10s, let me explain. So if there's only known PSA 10s of the card, and there's only 9 of it, that's still really good, should have good value. So for example, we have these PSA cards, and the reason why, if you have a PSA 10, there's technically 1 for every pop report. Now, they're not going to do this. The card system, the graders don't do that. They don't. The PSA doesn't, add 1 to every one once a 10 comes in. But let me explain why. If there's a PSA 10, there's technically now 1 for every last pop. Because if I have a PSA 10, and let's say for some reason someone's like, oh, yeah, there's 100 PSA 10s, but there's only 1 PSA 9, so it has a lower pop report. Okay, I take my PSA 10 card. Okay, now there's 2 PSA 9s, and there's 1 less PSA 10. That's what I mean. So when these people are like, oh yeah, there may be 100 PSA 10s, but there's only 2 PSA 1s. Well, yeah, because people didn't want to get their card graded if they knew it was going to be a PSA 1, because it may not have been worth anything. So it doesn't make it worth any more because there's 2 PSA 1s. If there's 100 PSA 10s and there's 2 PSA 1s, there's technically 102 PSA 1s, because those people with the PSA 10s can go, okay, well now mine's a PSA 1, so now there's 99 PSA 10s and there's 3 PSA 1s. So understand that just because something may have a low pop report, like, oh, there's only 1 PSA 1, but 9 PSA 10s. So therefore, since my card has a lower population rate, it's either worth as much, if not more, than your precious PSA 10s. No, don't fall for this. This is just someone trying to sell you diamonds. If you don't know what that means, by the way, diamonds are worth nothing. It's all a marketing scheme. Look that up later. Diamonds has just been a really successful advertising and marketing scheme for over 100 years. So, that's what this is. It's someone trying to sell you diamonds, or if that doesn't make sense to you, you don't know marketing, advertising, it's someone trying to sell you trash. So, just understand that if you have a PSA 10, you technically have a population of 1 in every category below it. And that works the same for, as I said, for example, the Illustrator card, there's technically only the highest known grade is a PSA 9. Now, if a PSA 10 Illustrator card was found, it would definitely be worth more. One, because it probably would have a lower population. 2, it's a PSA 10. And that's going to decrease the value of this one, because now there's technically 2 in the population count of the PSA 9, technically. So, just understand that. Understand that if you're really someone who's really stuck on population reports, and you're like, oh man, all I keep getting is PSA 10s, but I really want to get a PSA 8, because right now, this card at PSA 8, there's 0 of it in the pop. So I have a PSA 10, but everyone has a PSA 10, so I want to be different. So okay, well, now I've got the only PSA 8. No, you don't. Everyone who's a PSA 10 technically has a PSA 8. And I'm not telling you to go damage your cards. I'm just explaining to you why this is dumb and how this actually means nothing compared to this. So you always want PSA 10s. If we're not BGS 10 black labels. And I just wanted to explain, don't fall for, low population report if there are grades that are above that population report. So as I said, the low population report works if that is the only known grade / highest grade of that card. Now, granted, obviously, like new cards, this may not work. You have to wait for things to fan out. Like maybe someone got one that was extremely damaged in the pack, and like it only got a PSA 5, but they're the only ones who sent in that card and that card type, because it's only been out for a week and they get the only one, so it will show up with a population report of 1. But however, like take like an old card, like take like an original Red Cheeks Pikachu. Now there are PSA 10s of it, but let's say there was only 1 through 6 for the grades, and there it could still get to the 10s, but no one did. The highest grade was a 6, and that card's been out for years, and the population report for that 6 is a 1. Well, that card is worth a lot because that's the highest known grade of that card. It's a card that's been around for a while, and there's only 1 of it that reached 6. Now, obviously, if any other card was found within that exact card, a Red Cheeks original Pikachu, and it got somewhere higher, then that one would be worth more. But this is the only time a low PSA grade is going to be worth something, is if there is no other, if there's nothing above it. If nothing above it is got above a 6, and you got the only one, and that's the highest grade, well, that's like having a 10 of that card, technically. But it can all change, someone can go and get one graded, and it ends up being a 10. Now your 6 really isn't worth as much, but there's only 1 10 and only 1 6, so your card's worth a lot. I hope that really explained how population reports really should work. People definitely try and sell cards that it's really funny to watch. You can see on eBay quite a bit, and even Facebook Marketplace, people are like, oh yeah, some people will try and label their PSA 1 as only a population of 1 because they don't think people, they'll say PR stands for population report, because I forget what PR, I think PR just stands for poor on the PSA label, so they say PR stands for population report of 1, and people who don't know better are going to fall for it. It really sucks, and they actually ask exuberant amounts for those cards. So don't be that guy, and help let your buddies know. And I use code cards, because these code cards are already given out on my channel, so these things weren't worth anything, so no one's screaming in vain. They're just code cards. I really hope you enjoyed this. This is just real short. I do plan on dropping some PSA videos. I still have organization to do through the cards that I've been opening. I still have organization to do all throughout this room. I'm going to try and reformat and change this room. So And then hopefully, I guess maybe not my next video, but maybe by next week I'll have the new iPhone, so video quality will be even better. You'll be able to really see the whiting and dents and perfection of the cards. But until then, Flaming Chicken out.